the fighter deep.
I mean, my goodness. My goodness. My goodness. Look at it. They shouldn't have let him stand up.
No, put him sitting.
Welcome to the Octagon channel. Today we're going to bring you news from the world of MMA, boxing, and WWE. And here we go. The main event of the inaugural 2025 Las Vegas event came to an early end. Mackenzie Dern was able to finish Amanda Ribas. The fighters spent the first half of the first round standing. Then Mackenzie Dern went for a takedown and succeeded. The second round started with a counter from Amanda Ribas. The athlete pushed her opponent to the canvas. In this case, Mackenzie Dern was not in any danger. The third round followed a similar pattern. Mackenzie Dern made several armbar attempts. One of them was successful. Amanda Ribas tapped out. Mackenzie Dern won her second straight fight. Former UFC champion in 2 weight classes, Irish fighter Conor McGregor commented on the main event of the tournament. Great fight, great spectacle. Mackenzie Dern and Amanda Ribas. Great rivalry between 2 Brazilian women. Very good. One at a time, but I'd definitely like to see a trilogy, Conor McGregor wrote on social media. Tickets to any UFC event aren't the cheapest, but numbered events in the US are always the most expensive for fans, and the upcoming UFC 311 event is no exception. Despite natural disasters, the UFC continues to prepare for the 311 event, which will take place in Los Angeles at the brand new Intuit Dome Arena. The card is impressive, with 2 title fights, top welterweight bouts, and a number of high-profile prospects. According to the Sporting News, ticket prices for this tournament are steep, to say the least. The cheapest ticket category starts at $479. The most expensive ticket to the VIP area will cost a fan $32,154. Lightweight kingpin Islam Makhachev is the strongest fighter in the UFC according to the pound-for-pound rankings. However, unlike some of the promotion's other champions and legends, he has failed to remain undefeated. We suggest to remember the only defeat of the Russian. It happened almost 10 years ago, in October 2015, at UFC 192. Makhachev then held only the second fight in Dana White's organization. The debut fight ended with a victory which gave Islam a 12-0 record. Makhachev's opponent for the 13th fight was Brazilian Adriano Martins. Already in the first round, he managed to knock out the 23-year-old Russian, taking away his cherished career 0. However, this did not stop Islam from winning. In 2022, he became the owner of the championship belt, which he still holds today. Makhachev's current record is 26-1. As for Martins, his subsequent career was unsuccessful. He lost 2 fights in a row and left the promotion. Magomed Ankalaev will still get a chance to take the UFC belt from Alex Pereira. It is reported that the Russian will be the next challenger for the bantamweight title. Despite talk that Pereira was planning to move up to the heavyweight division, the realization of those plans has been postponed for at least 6 months. Instead, the Brazilian will make at least one more defense of his current title, and in the role of his opponent should be the #1 ranked fighter. This was reported by journalist Ariel Helwani on social network X. Pereira, record 12 wins, 2 losses, had his last fight in October 2024, knocking out Khalil Rountree. As for Ankalaev, 21-1, he was better than Aleksandar Rakic by unanimous decision in the same month. It is known in which city the long-awaited title fight between Belal Muhammad and Shavkat Rakhmonov is likely to take place. It is the location that may determine the date of the fight. The fact is that the current king of welterweights is a native of Chicago. Earlier, Dana White announced that UFC tournaments will return to the city after a 6-year absence, and the fight in which Belal Muhammad will defend his belt will look perfect on the poster of such an event. The dates and locations of the UFC's numbered tournaments have only been finalized up to and including 313. Accordingly, the promotion will place the Rakhmonov versus Muhammad fight on the tournament that takes place in the Windy City. It could be UFC 315 or UFC 316, scheduled for May through July. The chairman of Saudi Arabia's General Entertainment Authority, Turki Al-Sheikh, has spoken about the development of professional boxing and the desire to adopt the model of the Ultimate Fighting Championship mixed martial arts promotion. Now we have to make sure that losing some fights becomes the norm in boxing. All fighters want their path to be like Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s career. 0 losses. That can happen once every 50, 60, 70 years. What we need now is a UFC model where champions lose and win, and that is the norm. Muhammad Ali lost 5 times, but he is still a legend, the Ring quoted Al-Sheikh as saying. Al-Sheikh personally met with middleweight world champion Saul Canelo Alvarez in London, where they arrived along with many boxing stars for the Ring's annual awards. Previously, Al-Sheikh said that he would like to discuss personally with the Mexican to organize a fight against the world champion in the first middleweight, Terence Crawford. Since last year, they communicated through intermediaries. And in an interview on Carl Froch's podcast, Turki Al-Sheikh named the next 5 fights he'd like to see, apparently coming in 2025. Saul Alvarez versus Terence Crawford, Alexander Usyk versus Daniel Dubois 2, Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua, Ryan Garcia versus Devin Haney 2, Chris Eubank Jr. versus Conor Benn. Former heavyweight boxing champion and undefeated Ukrainian Alexander Usyk has been named Boxer of the Year by the Ring magazine. His fight against the 36-year-old British star Tyson Fury won in the nomination Event of the Year. Ukrainian athlete in 2024 had 2 fights. In both, he met with the British Tyson Fury. The first fight was held on May 18th. There, Usyk defeated Fury by split decision of the judges and won the WBC title, which at that time was held by Fury. The Ukrainian became the absolute world champion in the heavyweight division, but soon gave up the IBF title. On December 21st, the boxers had a rematch, after which Alexander also won by unanimous decision of the judges. Anthony Joshua's knockout of Daniel Dubois was named Knockout of the Year by the Ring magazine. The fight between Dubois and Joshua took place on September 21st, 2024 at Wembley Stadium in the United Kingdom. The fight was for the IBF world title. The fight was stopped by knockout in the 5th round of 12. Prior to the fight, Dubois was considered the underdog in this confrontation, but he managed to pull off an upset. For Dubois, this fight was the first defense of the IBF heavyweight title. As for Joshua, this defeat was the 4th of his career and the first knockout loss in 5 years. In 2019, Joshua lost by technical knockout to Mexican Andy Ruiz. That said, Anthony Joshua has spoken about the possibility of a fight with former WBC heavyweight boxing champion compatriot Tyson Fury in 2025. It's a fight I want to see because I'm a boxing fan. When I'm in the gym, everyone asks me about this fight. I don't have many years left. I want to leave the sport in a big way and leave a mark. Everybody asks me the same question. I have to accomplish my goal, so I say it has to happen this year. I think we can organize this fight, quoted Joshua BBC.